All praises and glory goes to Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai. All praises and glory goes to Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the men of GMS. Shalom. Peace and salutation to the hopeful elect. This is Brother Boaz coming at you with another live lesson. Yeah, so here we go again, okay? It's about that time, okay? Prophecy, okay? That's what we're dealing with. We at that point in time, like we discussed on multiple occasions, that Yahweh was about to send his son back, okay, the highest to deliver those upon the earth, okay. So we have to keep 10 toes down, and he's going to destroy the wicked, okay, starting with the so-called white men on down, okay. When you ask the question, why do you go so hard on the so-called white man? Well, because he's a chief adversary of Yahweh, and he did the most, okay? So that's why we have to go hard on this devil, okay? We don't give Yahweh Shai no rest, okay, until he makes Jerusalem a praise. No rest for Yahweh Shai, because he has the power to make Israel a praise, okay? That's what this is about, okay? So here we are again, Isaiah 34, verse 1. Let's get it. Come near, ye nations, and hear, and hearken on ye people of the world, and hear all that therein is of the world, and all things that come forth. So that's all people Yahweh Shai is saying, hear what he got to say. For the indignation of Yahweh is upon all nations, his fury is upon all their armies, and he will utterly destroy them. He have delivered them to the slaughter. So how is Yahweh Shai going to save everybody if his indignation is upon all that cuss that everyone could be saved, because Yahweh he's in a nation against all their armies, okay? That cuss that everyone could be saved, okay? No, okay? Only the elect on this time around, on this side, okay? And Lord willing that I'm a part of that elect number, okay? That's what this is about, okay? If you want to be on that first trip out of here, okay? Because if you have to die, you come back, you gotta wait 1,000 years and get born through the loins of the elect. Okay, you're gonna be rich and fruitful, but you don't want to be. You want to go out on this side. Okay, you don't want to come back, because you're gonna come back to everlasting shame. Okay, you don't want to come back like that. Okay, you want to leave it on this side of the round. Okay, on this go around. But if you continue with all your faith, okay, let's continue. For the indignation of Yahweh is upon all nations, his fury is upon all their armies. He have destroyed them. He have delivered them be slaughtered, to the slaughter, okay? How is he delivering them to the slaughter? Thermonuclear weapons detonate over all these nations, just blowing them to hear that the kingdom come. Their slain shall be casted out, and their carcass shall come out of their carcasses, and the mountains shall be melted with their blood, and all the heavens shall be dissolved, and the heavens shall be rolled up together as a scroll, and all their hosts shall be trodden down as the leaf fallen from a tree, from a vine, and as they fallen from a fig tree. Verse 5, for my sword shall be bathed in heaven. Behold, it comes down upon Idumea and upon the people of my curses. Just another weird way of saying Edom, okay, the so-called white man, okay, he's going to come. His sword, these thermonuclear weapons are destined for the so-called white man's destruction, okay. He made them for his own demise, okay. How genius is that? Yahweh Shai gave him the technology to destroy himself, okay, to blow himself up, okay. That's what this is about. The sword of Yahweh is filled with blood, is made fat with fatness, and with the blood of lambs and of goats, and with fatness of their kidneys of rams. Okay, let's come over here to the book of 2nd Ezra. The book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 6, verse 9. For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning that follows. So we know we at the end because Esau's ruling right now. Okay, so we at the end of this world, and we waiting for the transaction when Jacob takes over the kingdom. Okay, that's what this is about. When Jacob takes the kingdom. Verse 6. For Yahweh has made a sacrifice in Basra and a slaughter in the land of Idumea, okay? Esau, and the unicorn shall come down with them, and the bullock and the bulls, and with the lambs, and be soaked with blood, and with the dust have made them, have made fat with fatness. For it is a day of Yahweh's vengeance and the year of recompense for the controversy of Zion. So it is. That's how he's going to get back at the so-called white man. Okay, it is a day for their vengeance. Okay, it's a day for Yahweh when Yahweh Shai is going to get vengeance over the controversy of Zion. Okay. He took our names. He robbed us of everything we had, our culture, our names, our land. Okay, then you called yourself the Jews. Okay, that's a controversy. Okay, Yahweh Shai is going to repay this man back for what he has done. Okay, verse 9. And the streams thereof shall be turned into pitch, and the dust thereof into burning, and the land thereof will become burning pitch. It will not be quenched night nor day. The smoke thereof shall go up forever. And the generation to generation it shall lie waste. None shall pass through it forever and ever. Okay, so when this thing finally goes down, nothing's going to be over here in America. Okay, it's going to be totally desolate. Okay, totally wiped out. Verse 11. But the corn and the bitter shall possess it, the owl also and the raven shall dwell therein. Okay. Okay, one moment. The book of Isaiah, chapter 30, verse 12. Wherefore thus said Yahweh, the Holy One of Israel, because ye despise this word and trust in oppression and perverseness and stay thereon, therefore this iniquity shall be unto you as a breach ready to fall, swelling out in a high wall, whose breakings come as suddenly as in a flash. Okay, a flash, boom. That's that flash. Thermonuclear nukes going off, making this man desolate. The book of Isaiah, chapter 25, verse 1. O Yahweh, thou art my power. I will exalt thee. I will praise thou's name, for thou hast done wonderful things. Thou's counsels of old are faithful and true. So what he said at the beginning of the world is coming exactly to pass. That's true power. That's only the possesses. He counseled his old counsels of old. Now they're coming straight to pass now, okay? That's why the so-called white man's falling like lightning from the sky, okay? The so-called white man's over already. Repent. 40 more days, okay, until Nineveh is overthrown. The so-called white man's destroyed already. Repent. Forsake this. You need to forsake your wicked way. Don't let the white man get you killed on this side, okay? Don't let the so-called white man get killed on this side. You want to basically be saved, okay? Don't be destroyed with the so-called white man already. Don't let them destroy you, okay? Run the race as you so you can be saved, okay? If you want to make it out with life, okay? For thou hast made a city a heap, a defenseless city of ruins, a palace of strangers, to be no city. It will never be rebuilt, okay? It will never be built it up again. Once this thing goes down, it will never be rebuilt again, okay? It's gonna be destroyed, okay? It's never gonna be rebuilt again. Okay, come out of the so-called white man's wicked America. Okay, don't let yourself be killed with the so-called white man when he goes down. Okay, he's already finished. Okay, don't let him deceive you like that. He's not finished. He's destroyed. Um, Isaiah 25, verse 4. Thou hast been a strength to the poor, a strength to the needy in distress, a refuge from the storm, a shadow from the heat. When the blast of the terrible is as a storm against a wall, thou shalt bring down the noisy strangers as a heat at a dry place, as the heat in the shadow of the clouds. The branch of the terrible one shall be brought low, the so-called white man, okay? The so-called white man is going to be brought low already, okay? Repent, okay? Don't let yourself be killed with the so-called white man, okay? Don't be destroyed with the so-called white man already, okay? He's going to get you killed, okay? He's deceiving you. And then the mountain shall Yahweh of hosts unto all people a feast of fat things, a feast of wine, of the lees of fat things, full of marrow, and the wine of the lees will refine. Verse 7. And he will destroy in this mountain the face of the covering cast upon all people, and veil unto that spread over all nations. Okay, you a so-called Negro. Okay, what's that veil talk about? You a so-called Negro. Okay, you a so-called Puerto Rican. Okay, you a so-called Guamanian. Okay, all these you a so-called Mexican. All these titles that came with Newspeak. Okay. Okay, he's not giving you your biblical nationality. He will swallow up death and victory, and Yahweh power will wipe away every tear from all faces, and rebuke of his people shall he take away from off the earth, for Yahweh has spoken it. So when Yahweh Shai takes up the rebuke, you're going to say, wow, Yahweh Shai. Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, wow, they really are the chosen people of the Most High. My God, Yahweh Shai. You're not going to believe it. You're going to say, oh my God, I can't believe it. They are the chosen, okay? When Yahweh Shai take away God rebuke from off the land. Verse 9, and I'll leave you with this. And it shall be said in that day, lo, this is our power. We have waited for him, and he have saved us. This is Yahweh. We have waited for him. We will be glad and rejoice in his salvation. And on that note, hopefully you was edified. Shalom.